All right. Hello and welcome. Uh, I could see my lighting's a little funky. I had to film from home today, so please forgive me. I'm not in my usual setup, and I have light coming in from all around. So, all right. So happy holidays. Basically, this is our last live stream of December. So today's topic, I'm going to change it up a tiny bit. So the title currently has been Publishing Predictions for 2025. On Friday, I have a very extensive video coming out on publishing predictions. So I'm going to I don't know, the blur is bothering me. I don't know if it's bothering you guys. So I'm going to have to adjust that in a minute. But so what we're going to do today is talk about still publishing predictions, but really specific into AI. So what should you know about AI as an author into 2025? And so the video that comes out on Friday, it's not just AI specific. There's one prediction around AI, well, a couple predictions with AI involved. And so Friday, watch for that video because it goes into a lot of detail. So I thought rather than kind of hit a lot of the same points today, I'm going to talk about some of the things that are here and that authors should be watching for and potentially, considering to use into 2025 for your author business. So we got lots of people here already. So hello and welcome, Darla, Kevin, Lygia or Lygia, I'm not sure how you say it, and Lady D, Dan 2023. Dan 2023, are you ready for 2025? All right, Jason Ward is here. Hello. And Beth as well. So welcome. And Angela's hiding behind the scenes to make sure everything runs smoothly. And yes, this is recorded. The replay is on YouTube. So you'll be able to watch this and any other live streams that you miss on YouTube, including the holiday extravaganza, which we did on Saturday. So if you missed our 2-hour extravaganza, you can still watch the replay. I was joined by Angela and several other people from my team and Dale Roberts from Dale Roberts Self-Publishing. He came in and crashed our party too. So we had lots of fun, answered a lot of questions, gave away a lot of prizes. So you can catch that as well on the channel. And all right, so if you're new here and a few faces / names seem a little new, you're already doing what you need to do, which is saying hello. And if you're watching the replay, make sure you comment on the replay because that's how you win all the prizes. Our next live will be January 7th. So watching the replay or commenting on Friday's prediction video or a video I have coming out on Christmas Eve is going to be on Get Authentic Book Reviews, which is a service I've tested out for getting book reviews on your book, and you'll hear the results of my test and whether or not I recommend that service. That's coming to you on Tuesday of next week. So lots of great content to comment on. And when you comment the day a video is released, you get entered to win some fabulous book launcher swag, which actually I was drinking my tea out of my fabulous, this is the vintage one. This is not the new one, but my hashtag No Boring Books mug. So that's one of the things we have for prizes, as well as self-publish and succeed, self-promote and succeed journals. And of course, we still have copies of Dale Roberts books to give away too, because Angela's Closet still has some of those left, despite all our best efforts on Saturday to give a whole bunch of things away and clear out her closet. All right, Gary's here, and so is St. John Butler. So welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so just diving into my list, like I said, I'm making this more of a 2025 specific to AI related to publishing topic today, and for the overall market, you'll get the updates. I'm going to see if this makes it a little better. Maybe I think it's the light coming in from the window on the other side that really makes it a little funky. Okay, so we're talking AI specific, and so the first thing I really want to touch on is predictive analysis, and this is going to I might even just bring it up now, but so AI can analyze reader preferences and really analyze market trends. And it has a predictive capability that we have not had. I mean, AI's been here for a while, but the generative AI has a predictive capability to kind of go, what are the potential best-selling topics and genres? And you can start to use the data from not just current trends, but kind of the predictive basis of this to really understand, what's coming down, what's coming of interest and where you might be intersecting with that. and of course, we already use Publisher Rocket, and we're affiliates for them. So if you haven't already bought it, our link is, I believe it's booklaunchers.com/rocket. Angela, you can check it before you put it in the chat for everybody. But that's my number one tool. That is, no matter what AI tool I recommend today, if you don't already have Rocket, I highly recommend it. And I've already I did a video recently as well. Sorry, Angela, I didn't know I was going to talk about all these things. I usually send Angela links in advance to help her with her multitasking. But I did not know I was going to mention a couple of things. But I did do a video on Publisher Rocket's recent tool, which is their reverse ASIN. But that, amongst a lot of other data that they provide you, it's still my number one tool, even though it's not really a generative AI tool. It just is a great data analytic tool that every author probably should be using. And while they've raised their prices, it's a one-time charge. It's not like it's a recurring fee. So it's well worth your investment because it will pay back if you're using it. But also, there's other new tools coming on the market. One that I have coming up in a video, I don't think the video is out yet, and it might be in the publishing predictions or one for another one I have coming out in a couple weeks. But it's the Manuscript report. I think it's called manuscriptreport.com. And it is a tool that will analyze your manuscript and kind of tie it into what's already on the market, what's trending, your keyword analysis. It kind of does a metadata analysis on the book, which is really cool as well. And while it's not necessarily that predictive data nature, it gives you more data than we've ever had before so that you can have a leg up as you start in this journey. Whether you're about to launch the book, you've already launched it, these kind of tools are really, really useful for authors. And so, one of the things that I'm really watching is what other tools are out there. One tool that I use all the time is perplexity.ai. And I use it for research. I ask it questions all the time. I'm like, what are your top 10? I even asked it today. I said, what are the top tools for producing an audiobook with AI? And it gave me a couple I hadn't heard of before. And then underneath, it actually gives you additional resources or other questions to ask to kind of dig deeper. But what I really like about it is it gives you sources. And actually, I should be able to load a screen and just show you what I'm talking about with regards to it. So while I do that, since I've already got the giveaway stream, let's reward those of you who are here and who've already said hello with a first prize of the day. So 12 of you have said hello, and let's see who our first prize is going to. And then I will open up perplexity.ai and show you what I'm talking about. All right, St. John Butler, thank you for being here as always and commenting and saying hello. So let us know which prize you want. We have both of Dale's books and their special edition. Well, Dale has a lot of books, so Angela will have to put the titles in the chat for you, as well as Self-Publish and Succeed, Self-Promote and Succeed, and then only for US folks, but we have mugs, and then we have our journals as well. So email Angela at team@booklaunchers.com. Let her know where to send it and what you want. And she'll put the prize choices in the chat for you as well. So I'm going to open up Perplexity for you and just show you an example of, it gives you, if you don't know what to ask it, you can ask it below. But one of the questions you can see, I said it over here, what tools are available to help authors produce their audiobook using AI? So I was just curious what it would say. So it gave me a list, but what I really like is that it then gives me the sources. So where did it come up with this, right? Why is it saying 11 Labs provides this and supporting multiple platforms, including KDP and Audible? A voice can fine-tune to match a book's tone, supporting, well, it might support it, but KDP and Audible, so far are not accepting those ones. So that's what I'll ask. And then down below, so then I was just playing with this, seeing what it said. I'm just going to scroll to the bottom. So this is me doing research, just asking it questions. But down below, it'll give you related questions. So if you don't know what to ask next, or you're kind of curious about how much deeper you can go with this, you can then say, how do listeners feel? Like it just gives you these questions. And so sometimes that's just what I do. I just keep going deeper and deeper and deeper. And it gives you lots and lots of content, which can really be a great, not predictive, but you can kind of go deeper and deeper into what readers might be asking, but also deeper into your content, give you new angles that you maybe haven't thought of before. So perplexity.ai is also a tool that I'm pretty excited about. All right. Okay, we have Zaras from Canada. Hello, and just Leslie, Lacey Ranger, all in the house. So, oh, and St. John Butler said, you know the drill. We can pass it along. So when we go back in, I'll redraw for your prize. Thank you, thank you for sharing as always. Okay, so that's kind of one. One of the things I'm really excited about is applications for marketing. And if you haven't already heard, Book Launchers is developing a tool that will be releasing in early 2025 for book marketing. And it has AI underneath it. And we're really excited about it. So if you're not already getting our newsletter, I highly recommend you get it, because that's going to be our first place to kind of reach out for people for beta testing and to be, the best deals to get in the first round when we open the doors on that software. So you can just go to booklaunchers.com/newsletter if you're not already subscribed. And then, of course, once it's rolling, we'll be talking about it here. But with regards to AI and how it's impacting authors and marketing in general, it is allowing you to really target even deeper on campaigns. And if anybody's running ads on Meta, you'll already know this, is Meta has their AI targeting is outperforming any sort of targeted, audiences that you can create. So, where a lot of us used to pay agencies a ton of money to run ads and create these elaborate audiences and test them and target them, the AI is now doing all of that for us and doing it better. So it's optimizing your ads faster, which is great for authors who are running Meta ads, whether it's to a lead magnet to get them into your audience, or whether you're trying to sell your books that way, or you have a series and you're selling the first in series. But the ability of marketing to be personalized using the predictive and generative nature of AI is really, really powerful. And I don't have a specific tool to kind of mention for you today, just letting you know that it is just evolving. And I think it's, the image creation is also happening within the ad spaces as well. But where I'm watching it, and I don't have the exact answers for you right now, but where I'm watching it is SEO is not necessarily going to be the way somebody discovers a book in the future, because what we're already seeing is this kind of nature of how AI works. It's going deeper into the content, but it's also able to analyze the buyer or the person. And so, one of the things you can ask, you could even go to Perplexity. Now, it's not necessarily user-based, but for ChatGPT as an example. So I can go into ChatGPT and ask it, what books should I read next? And it knows me so well. When I did this, it actually gave me a list of books I've already read for the most part. I think 7 out of the 10 were books I had already read. So here it's recommending books. And it's so spot on with its recommendations that they're books I already have consumed. And so that kind of discoverability of books and how you are going to appear to your reader, this is really exciting for somebody who's got niche content, because how you're going to be found by your reader is changing and evolving. And I believe this kind of search is going to reward niche content a little bit more, because yes, still right now, you're going to see some of the bestsellers are still top of that list. But if your book is the exact answer to something somebody is looking for now, because of how these search capabilities and it, the analysis that it's doing, not just of keywords, but of content, now your book may be presented as the solution. And I know some people are, kind of excited with what Spotify is doing around audiobooks, the ability to just consume a chapter versus having to download an entire book or use your credits for an entire book like Audible and the other subscription platforms. With Spotify's 15 hours, you can jump in and out of books. And so again, as this search capability gets more and more powerful, your chapter could be the thing that answers their question or solves the problem or addresses the content thing they want. And so now, again, what's in that chapter and how it's labeled, and those things are really going to kind of evolve and be even more important than I already think they are. So again, exciting, maybe just change, it's shifting. And so discoverability is shifting. And I think in 2025, we're really going to start to see the impact of that, because it's not just going to be bestseller lists. It's not just going to be keywords anymore. And it's already starting to shift, but you're going to see it shift even more in 2025 because of AI. And then, of course, we're already seeing this, but editing, proofreading, just overall manuscript analysis can be powered by AI. I still don't think it replaces a human by any stretch, but you can save money. Instead of turning in a manuscript to an editor that is completely disjointed, you can work with an AI tool to develop it further and improve it. And then I still believe 100% you want a couple sets of human eyes on that manuscript. But instead of an editor going, whoa, this is like a deep edit and I have to charge you my highest rate per word, they can look at it and go, okay, this is standard, and give you a good rate for working on that project. But Grammarly and Pro Writing Aid have been around forever. Those will continue to assist you in having a cleaner manuscript to start with. But even uploading your manuscript to Claude or ChatGPT, of course, read the terms and conditions and know what level of service you're on, because some service levels are going to train the platform and others are not. So make sure you know what you're uploading and where to and what's going to happen with what you're uploading. But the ability to assess your manuscript is really powerful. And I talked about it somewhere. I don't remember what video or when I talked about it, but I was giving a presentation at MIT for Blue Talks, and I didn't like my talk. I was not happy with it, and this was the day before the talk. And I was like, there's just something wrong with it. So I recorded it on Loom and took the transcript out of Loom and uploaded it into Claude and basically said, dissect this talk and tell me how to make it better. And, it was a little harsh actually in how it reviewed the talk, but the advice it gave me to restructure the material and kind of change how I was ending the talk, I think made it so much more powerful. And, of course I had to practice it and kind of get it all ready for the next day, but its analysis of the talk and how to make it better was really, really powerful. And with books, I think it can do a decent job. Again, I think it doesn't handle large masses of a manuscript as easily as it does shorter chunks, which is why the speech worked. Uploading the talk, I think it did a great job of that because it was a much shorter amount of content. But again, these tools are coming on fast and furious. And I think, again, if I'm an editor, I might be a little nervous if I am not really fantastic at my craft, because this is really going to separate great editors from mediocre ones, because a mediocre editor can be easily replaced by AI, but a great editor will not be replaced by this. You still need a great human that can be thoughtful and think about the reader and understand your goals and objectives for your book and kind of step in there. But the AI tools are just coming on stronger and stronger and stronger all the time. And I'm going to show you guys a couple examples of other tools that we've talked about here. At least one of them we talked about before, and they've just got a new add-on I'm going to tell you about. I think they just launched it yesterday, this new add-on, which is kind of cool. Okay, audiobooks. This is kind of a prediction that carries over from last year, but being able to clone your voice, you can already do that, right? Check 11 Labs. I have a video on YouTube about how to clone your voice, and the process is still the same. The output is just getting better and better. The 11 Labs clone is spot on now. I think it's exceptional. It's you can clone your voice and have it sound darn near like you and emote kind of in the right ways and in the right places, and it's great. The challenge is, of course, none of the platforms are currently accepting it. They all have their own versions, and that was where that list came in. Speechify, what was some of the other ones on that list where it was saying you can produce AI audiobooks now. You can use Speechify, authorvoices.ai. There was a couple on there I hadn't heard of. Of course, there's Amazon Polly. But as a self-published author right now, we don't really have a great way to distribute a cloned, cloning your voice and distributing that book. So, you can upload it to BookFunnel and a few other places and kind of sell it direct at this point. But I think by the end of the year, that's going to change. We're already seeing the ability for these kind of things to be sold in the marketplace. And, some of the platforms already allow you to create a digitally narrated audiobook using their tools and sell it. But I think, the demand is there. The people want that cloned voice option. And so I think by the end of 2025, we're going to be able to sell our digitally narrated audiobooks that are a cloned version of you. We're going to be able to sell it somewhere. It could be Spotify is the first one to let that go, let them, they kind of seem like they're leading or trying to lead or compete with Audible. So that might be one way they kind of jump ahead. But anyways, somebody's going to do it. So if you are somebody with a very, very large manuscript, this could be a big win for you because, the production is so expensive. You can save a lot of money and even a lot of time with a good digitally narrated, cloned voice version of your audiobook that way. Okay, let's see what you guys are talking about. And then I'll go into the next couple. And I've got a few tools that I'm going to open up and show you as well. All right, so let's see. I see some questions, which is great. If you don't know the drill, I do all those at the end. So Angela saves them up for me and gives them to me at the end. We've got Annie from Carson City, not too far from me here in Vegas. And Self-Pub with Andy's in the house as well. And David's in Vegas too. I think he's on the other side of the world from me though. All right, and let's see. Amy's here from Wisconsin. That's fantastic. Okay, I see there's some conversations, but we'll come back to those after. So one of the next things, and I'm not going to go deep into this because I haven't done it at all, but is translation. AI can aid in translating books to multiple languages, and this is also happening in audio format, which is great. And I've heard from some people who speak the various different languages that it's getting pretty good, that the translation options out there. And so this isn't just using Google Translate. This is actually using some of the services that have been designed to translate large quantities of text into, another language. And then, of course, it still needs editing. It still needs all the things. But instead of paying a costly translator for that initial translation, you're now able to kind of skip that part and move on to the next pieces to refine it, which is going to allow you to reach your global readership more easily. And one of the reasons why I feel like Spotify could be leading the way in this is what they're doing on the podcast side, where they've licensed some of the more popular podcasts and they're using their AI translation services to create other language versions of these podcasts. So to me, that could be a thing that happens with the audiobooks too, as the content, continues to get translated better and better for other languages. So that's pretty cool. And I see this with some YouTube channels too, as well. We're starting to see that translation service come through so that, a YouTube channel can reach multiple languages too. So it's coming for authors. I think 2025 is going to be a pretty exciting year for so many things and so many tools. And, just for reaching your audience in a bigger and more, I don't know if inclusive is the right word, but, kind of meeting your reader where they are and how they want to consume your content. Okay, now this one I'm going to open up an example of, but book cover design. There are more and more AI-powered design tools which can assist in creating an eye-catching book cover, and well, actually, let me just show you. I did an example for you before. My cover designer who runs our design team, she has no worries about losing her work anytime soon, but it's kind of neat to see these things in action. So let me just add this to the stage and show you. So Publish Drive is, where is it? Did I do it? Oh no, I know where it is. It is in a different screen. So hold on, I got to stop sharing and switch screens. So I did it. Publish Drive has a new cover design tool. They're one of a few different services. And trying to find, let's go in here. I think it's in here. Let's see if I did it over here. Yes, no, I didn't do it here either. Okay, I did create. So I don't know what happened to it. Let me see where it went. I did create a cover on Publish Drive for you to show you an example. Okay, let me just log back in. So I'll go back in here because it takes a minute. So I didn't want to do it while you were there because it took about 20 minutes for the example to appear. So just give me one sec. Angela, do you want to do a draw while I bring it back up on the screen? Sorry, I just surprised Angela by bringing her on stage.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Let me pull it up though.
Just go to the StreamYard giveaway tool, and then while you're doing that, I'm going to reopen the Publish Drive screen because somehow I closed it.
Oh, you want me to share my screen? Sorry. Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
Yes.
Let me just make it bigger. How do I go present? Okay, so we're going to go to today's, this one. Okay. 22 entries. Let's see who wins today's stuff. If you guys weren't on the holiday extravaganza, I have plenty of things to give away. So we self-pub with Andy. Yay. So glad to have you in. And I don't feel like I've ever seen your little avatar before. That's pretty funny. Okay, awesome. So self-pub with Andy. We do have a couple new books that you might not have. They're from Dale Roberts. I put the titles in the chat. One is self-publishing for new authors. The other is advanced self-publishing for authors. So those are books 1 and 2 of his series. I actually have like special editions of them. So they've got gold on the cover. They look really nice and they're hardback. So if you want one of those, just let me know. I don't keep people's mailing addresses. So please let me know your mailing address. And then for our winner earlier too, please, if you haven't already, oh, we haven't actually drawn that. Oh, Julie, do you want me to draw that again? That redraw from, okay, perfect. So we'll get that one again. So self-pub with Andy, please email me your mailing address at team@booklaunchers.com. And then let's see who the next winner is, or technically this is the first winner, but this is the redraw from the first winner because St. John Butler was so kind to have given up their prize. Awesome. Osiris Ink Publishing. I hope I am saying that correctly. So fantastic. I don't know if you have ever won before, or at least I'm not recognizing that name. So please email me at team@booklaunchers.com. I will need your mailing address as well as your name. I can't email it to your YouTube handle. But some of the swag that we have are those 2 books that I was talking about from Dale Roberts. We also have our hashtag No Boring Books mug, our Oh So Soft journal, copies of Julie's books, which would be Self-Publish and Succeed, as well as Self-Promote and Succeed. So there are plenty of options. So let me know which one of those you would like. If you are outside of the US, though, I do have to request you to limit it to a book as opposed to the mug, because the charges for both the recipient as well as the sender are a little bit too much for international packages. But yeah, let me know what prize you would like at team@booklaunchers.com. And I think Julie made me stop sharing screen, so I think you got it up.
I finally did. So good job. Thank you. You gave me enough time to do it. So I found it. It closed for some reason, but it is back. So what I did, so this is Publish Drive. So Angela dropped the link in there as well. That's our affiliate link. But what they have now is some AI publishing tools. And so what I did was I took my book, for those of you who don't know, I always use the New Brand You as all things examples in life. And I upload it because it makes you upload the manuscript and put your title, subtitle in here, and then it generates a cover. So here it says your selected covers are available here. And so that's all I did was I put the title, subtitle, and the manuscript. And so it analyzes the manuscript and then produces these covers. So what you get here is these versions, which I think they're not so nice, but it's better than starting with nothing, right? It gives you some ideas. So you could even then take this and so here it says, select a scene and take a look at the covers I create for you. So I think it's going to be more successful for fiction. But, so we can go here, we can view, I don't like those at all. Let's go down. That's definitely not me. Let's try this. Let's see what they created over here. So it's going to give me 3 different versions of these covers. So this is why I say my cover designer has no worries about losing her job at this time. But it is neat because it generated it really quickly. So this might give me a starting point to have a discussion with my designer. Because one of the things that does take more time and can be more expensive is if you have no idea. If you're like, here's my book, I don't know what cover to do. And what I don't know, it says it's analyzing metadata, but it didn't ask me for a book category. So one of the things we do is we do category research to figure out what category your book's going to be in. And then we create cover designs, kind of taking elements that you might give us. And then the designer uses their creativity and creates 3 distinct covers. And then we go from there. So, it's neat. And this is just where we are today. Again, this is what's exciting about 2025. Is the tools that are here and the new ways that you can do things. So, sorry, I was going to show you, they also have, They have in their publishing assistant, they also have beyond this, they have a cover, but they also have another tool in here too. Anyways, I wasn't going to spend too much time on that, but I just wanted to show, oh, here it is, craft and optimize your metadata. So it will create your metadata that's essential. So it's going through, it's creating your bisect categories and search engines, and it talks about it here with your AI metadata generator. So you can kind of check all this out. So Publish Drive is really doing a lot of cool and innovative things to assist authors. And so these are two things that they've recently added. So keeping an eye on these tools. Again, these things are just going to get more and more robust and stronger, and I think more valuable for authors to use and know about. Okay, so that was that. And then while I'm in here, let's do our prizes for the people who've commented on the videos the day they were released recently. So here we go. That's our typical release schedule is Tuesday and Friday. So we'll see who is winning this time. Scully Pop, a YouTube bestie. I always love when YouTube besties win. So when you're watching the replay, let Angela know that you've won and email her at team@booklaunchers.com so she knows what prize to give you. And our other winner is going to be Darla, and I think she's here. I think I saw Darla in the house. So congratulations, Darla. You are our second winner, and you probably know the drill by now because you are also one of our fabulous YouTube besties. So thank you for your comments, likes, and shares of all our videos. I really appreciate you. Okay, so I'm going to just stop sharing for 1 second. I don't know why it always does that. Looks weird for a second there. And Darla was the first one to comment today as well. Fantastic. Okay, so let's just go. I think I'm almost at the end. Oh, yes, I am almost at the end. So there's two other things I wanted to talk about today. So kind of going back to the first thing, which I talked about, which was kind of data analysis and, even reader engagement analysis. AI tools are giving us more and more insights into reader behavior, engagement patterns, being predictive in what's going to happen, not just kind of looking at what's already happened. And one tool has just come out today, actually, or yesterday. So I had to mention it today. Where is my screen so I can share screen again? And it is Kip. Oh, are you seeing it? Kip Scout. Let's see, Kip Scout. Yes, you are seeing it. Okay, cool. Okay, so Kip Scout has just come out, and I opened it in Firefox, so that's not going to work. I have to open it in Chrome. So Kip Scout is a Chrome extension, and the sun is coming in over there now, and it's an extension for your Chrome browser. And so I got to open up my Chrome browser, but Angela can drop a link so you can download this tool if you want. She's just put it in there, so thank you. And what it does is Chrome Web Store. Hopefully that's the same. Is that the same one I just opened? Yes, it is. Oh, shoot. Oh no, Angela, I might have blocked myself again. Oh dear, I did. Oh no. How do I unblock? What do I do? Because you don't have this. You don't have my Chrome setup behind the scenes. I've blocked myself. You guys, you know what? I'm going to leave the studio and come back. That's probably the fastest solution I can come up with. So Angela, you're going to be on set for a sec. Maybe answer a question. Oh, you're muted. They can't hear you.
I was going to say, you know what this means? We're giving away more prizes. More prizes. I've already got a million things to mail out, so we're just going to add to the list. So let me pull the giveaway tool back up. If you haven't commented yet and you're just lurking, this is your chance to win a prize. So let me share this again. Let me just make the screen big and I will present this. Julie's already back. I can hear the little notification. Okay, so let's draw again. I don't see any new comments, guys. All right, we're going to go with the original crew. See who wins this time. If you already won today, we will repick just so that lots of people get the chance to win St. John Butler. St. John Butler. Unless you did want one of Dale's books, empty that closet. You're right, St. John Butler. I am going to empty that closet. I am determined. So unless you want one of those books that I mentioned from Dale, which you might not have, I'm going to draw again, just in case. And if you do want those, then okay. As you said, I will just be continuing to share the Book Launchers love. So let us see who this other winner is. Another John, but this is John H. Stevenson the fourth. Not sure you've won before either. So please email me your mailing address at team@booklaunchers.com. We've got a whole list of swag that you can choose from. But yeah, I'm excited for you to win. Thank you so much for commenting today. And it looks like I'm going to stop showing this because I think, Julie, you are ready again. So let me.
Well, ready is an extreme word, but I've got it so it's not blocking me anymore. But I am still having, maybe this is it. This might be it. Okay. Yes, I think I've got it. Okay. Thank you for your patience. Well, I fought myself on the technical side. I actually blocked myself. So I had to go in and unblock myself from sharing. Okay. So Kip Scout, like I said, this just came out, I think yesterday. So you download, it's a free Chrome extension. And so you go ahead and when you click that link that Angela gave you, it should open up the screen. So you got to open it in your Chrome browser. And then when you do, you'll create this little Kip character up here. And so what Kip does is when you go into a platform like Amazon and you look at a book. So let's go to this book just as an example. And you click on Kip Scout, it's going to give you some analysis on this book, which is pretty cool. So it's telling you the price, which you can see, but right there, it kind of gives a quick, okay, here's your bestseller rank, here's your estimated sales per month. You can copy the link to the book, you can save to create, you can get results in here, and you could leave a review in there. So it kind of gives you a shortcut to a lot of things. But if I was to just, let's see, books for writers, let's see what here. So books for writers, and this is new. I still haven't, I'm not proficient in this. I just played for it. Oh, how delightful. I love that. Do you see what comes up under books for writers? Go Shane. Woo. Self-promote and succeed is coming up when you search for books for writers as one of the second sponsored. So way to go, Shane, crushing it. Okay. Shane runs our Amazon ads in case you guys don't know. If you missed our holiday extravaganza, you might not know that. Okay, so you can click on this and, it's showing you that they're sponsored ads. And then it gives you kind of analysis of all of the things that you see on this particular page. And it says this is an unprofitable category, which is probably true. I don't sell thousands of copies of this particular book, but it is one that I give away a lot. And so it feeds into the business in a really, really fantastic way. And it's going to feed even better into our software that we're launching next year, as well as it already is kind of a feeder for our paid group, our Author Business Accelerator, which is a group just for book marketing. So anyways, this is what the Kip Scout is. It gives you some really good tools. And I've talked about this one before too in, I don't know which video a while ago, but it's a good one as well. It's a tool that the developers at Publisher Rocket had created. It allows you to monitor changes in your books for reviews, but also just to keep an eye on if all of a sudden a new format has been uploaded and you didn't do it. It kind of helps you monitor things so that scammers aren't taking advantage of your book account. So unfortunately, I don't have enough details to give you, Angela, on that one. I think it was how to protect your books from scammers or Amazon. I don't know, something. It was a year and a half ago or so, but it's Writer's Watch, another Chrome tool that can be useful, not AI specific, but okay. The last thing I was going to talk about was, another use for AI and your book and authors. And let me close this thing over here. See if that helps. There we go. Is what we're doing, which we've created Julie the Book Bot. So we've cloned myself, but we've also worked with a couple of authors to kind of take their book content and create a author mentor program or a chat with the author program. And so you can put this on your website, you could sell it in a membership based. And the tool that we've used to do this is booklaunchers.com for Delphi. I was telling you the link. It's called Delphi, and the link is booklaunchers.com/Delphi. And this allows you to upload your book, or if you have YouTube videos or all of the above, and create a cloned content version of you. And so I'm just going to show you really quick that in action, and then we'll just do questions for the rest of our time. assuming I can still access this. Let's see if it works for me. Okay, there it is. So in here, we have Julie, the book bot. And so you can actually call this. I'm not going to do it today. I'm just going to type in a question. So I'm going to go to, let's see, somebody asked me a question earlier on. What is up and coming as far as marketing my audiobook? No, I'm not going to ask that one. Let's see. Are you a publishing firm? I could ask Julie that. Or we have Emily's question: of all professional software, which programs strike you as the most user-friendly? That could work too. We could ask Julie, the book bot, that. If we use AI to preview the book prior. Okay. I was just going to see if there's like a standard question that would be more applicable to the content that's been applied here. But I'll just say what.
Someone asked, like, if we're a publishing firm.
I could ask that. I'm just not sure because this is geared. I mean, we'll see what she says.
Since it has our data in it, that might actually provide an interesting response.
Yeah. I mean, this is an adventure. I don't know. There we go. Good answer.
You represent book launchers, Julie.
The book bot does represent book launchers. So the bot says, I'm not a publishing firm myself, but I represent Book Launchers, a full-service self-publishing company. We specialize in helping nonfiction authors write, publish, and market their books to grow their brand and their business. Is there something specific you're curious about in the world of publishing or self-publishing? I'd love to help out. And so then I could say, what kind of software do you recommend I use to write my book? Let's see what the bot says about that. She's thinking. Great question. When it comes to writing, maybe it glitched. I don't know. Oh, there it goes. It's going. It's just going slow. When it comes to writing your book, it's all about what feels comfortable and efficient for you. Many authors find Microsoft Word to be a reliable choice because it helps keep track of your different drafts and is widely used in the publishing industry. And then it gives references too. So if you see this, you can see it's referencing my YouTube videos. So that's where it's coming up with that answer. And down here, it's referencing more YouTube videos. And let's see what else it's got here, more YouTube videos. So it tells you where it's coming up with that answer as well. So you can kind of keep going and asking it. And so what we've done for a couple of our authors is we've set up, like one had a sales book, and this is a sales trainer, like a sales trainer assistant for them. So there's lots of applications, and Delphi makes it so easy to set this up. And like I said, you could set this up on a website and have it be chat with the author and kind of have it be just a fun way to, have people engage and interact with you. Or you can set it up behind your membership wall, which for us, it's part of the Author Business Accelerator, which is a paid service, as well as it's going to be inside of our software that we're launching next year. And again, you can call it, and at some point I can add the video capabilities, and it's quite realistic, and it would never have sunlight issues. So there's advantages to that as well. But that's one tool, and I think that tools like that are going to be, more and more readily accepted and utilized by the end of 2025 as well. So those are my AI author predictions for 2025. On Friday, I have my specific book publishing, self-publishing kind of predictions that are not just AI driven coming out for you, so that you can check all those out. So you can comment and let me know what I've missed, what you think is coming that I didn't talk about today and tomorrow, or on today and Friday. Okay, what are our questions, Angela? All right, Kevin says, if we use AI app to pre-review the book prior to sending to an editor, then do we need to tell KDP we had AI help us? Not if you just uploaded it and got feedback from it, not at all. And if you then use it to make edits, well, then you're now getting an AI assist. And so then yes. But if you just get a review from one of these tools and it tells you, update this, this should be good, this should be changed, then no. That's because you're not using AI to change it. You're just getting feedback. What is up and coming as far as marketing my audiobook in 2025? I think it's going to be more around, I think Spotify's got some exciting things coming down. We're going to be able to see soon the dashboard, the author dashboard. Right now, publishers have first access, but I think Find a Way Voices, self-published authors will be next. And so that'll be cool. I also think because audiobooks continue to grow, we'll see more and more platforms. There's a few audiobook specific review and ebook sites, but there's nothing that I'm like jumping for joy and excited about as far as specifically promoting an audiobook. For anybody who doesn't already know, I just give mine away because I'm kind of like, well, you can buy it on Audible, but you could go to selfpromoteandsucceed.com/audio and just download it for free, because I'd rather get the email address and build a relationship with you than make $3 from Audible selling my audiobook. So my philosophy right now is I'm doing audiobooks so that I can give it away for free and use it as a business driver. So that's kind of what I've been doing, but nothing too exciting to note yet. Well, there you go. We just asked Julie the book bot this particular question, and she said my answer, which it's not necessarily user-friendly, but it's still best all the way around, is Microsoft Word. But we do use Dibbly Create, booklaunchers.com/Dibbly. It's a solid choice. It's got a lot of tools. They're investing a lot in making it better and better and better. It's got the ability to collaborate with editors now, and some other features to make it a more secure way to collaborate with editors. So there's a lot to like about Dibbly as well. But for me, I think I stick to the basics still, because the best tool to use is the one that you're actually going to just write in without wasting a bunch of time. To make an AI bot, do you need to upload a sample of your writing? I uploaded all of it, Jack. So I went straight in, and to train Julie the book bot, we added 700 videos. I think just self-promote and succeed and self-publish and succeed. So that's like the content that really trained. So we took our clients client-only trainings and some of the deep dive trainings, as well as my content. You wouldn't be able to get such a good, and then additionally, we've gone in behind the scenes when it doesn't know the answer. One of the things I like about Delphi is it will email me and say, your bot doesn't know an answer. Like, it didn't have an answer to this question. So then I can go in and I can train it so it knows how to answer that particular question in the future. So it's not as simple as a sample. If you want to get a robust answer, a robust clone that is really doing a great job of answering questions, and you have to upload your whole manuscript. And again, Delphi makes it pretty easy. It just takes a couple days after you've kind of set it up to upload for it to go through it and start to be usable. Zara says, if I had AI help me write my book, what are your thoughts about withholding or giving that info to editors? What are your thoughts about the meta with editors about AI generated books? So personally, all about transparency. So I'm maybe not the right person to tell this, but I would just say that you used AI. There's nothing to be ashamed of. And in fact, I think, there's reasons why AI can really help with everything. But what you don't want to withhold it from is when you upload it for distribution, is not tell Ingram, not tell KDP that you had some assistance from AI, because that is a reason for them to terminate your account if they determine that you did use AI and you didn't disclose it. So, my whole philosophy is transparency from start to finish. So I would tell people it was there, but if you're kind of sending it to an editor just because, and you don't want to tell them for a specific reason, you could, but I'm not sure what that reason would be. Editors are going to run the gamut as far as their opinions on AI, just like all humans, right? What I can say is the sentiment around it has evolved a lot. The conversation last year, telling people you were pro AI kind of felt like you were going to have to duck from a pitchfork coming your way. Whereas this year, some people still are not going to use the tools, which is their choice. But most people are kind of more like, okay, how do I use it? What do I do with it? How will it help me? So the sentiments are changing rapidly around that. And if it's important to you, I would choose an editor that is going to have a similar stance or kind of support whatever your end objectives are for your project. Okay, I think this says, would Delphi be used to create an AI wiki for a fantasy novel? Potentially. I haven't tested it for that purpose, but I certainly think it could. I think it has the potential to do so. I don't know the answer. It's not a free service. Delphi does have an ongoing fee. So you'd want to have enough of a platform that you're going to benefit from, having it generate that wiki and, be something that can be used. Because if not, there's other services that aren't as good as Delphi, but like chatbase.io. Trying to think of a couple others. We've used chatbase.io on our website. You could use it. It's cheaper. I think it's, it's less per month to use that. And it's, again, not as good, but you might be able to do the same thing with it for similar things for less. KJ, are these AI programs, do they store your information such as your book in the cloud for all AI programs to use? That's why I said you have to read the terms and conditions. So with ChatGPT, for example, we have a paid service where they do not use it to train AI. If you're using the free, they do. And all of them, you have to read the fine print before you upload anything, so you understand what is going to be stored, what is not, what it's going to be used for. All right, what qualifies as AI use? If you just got suggestions from AI, but still write it yourself. No, that's not AI. So the distinction is they have AI generated and AI assisted. There's nothing for AI ideation. If it was, I would have to disclose on everything because I use AI for ideation of everything. And so, pretty much I can have a little asterisk by me is like, all ideas have come from AI to start with. That's my new asterisk. It's like I brainstorm everything. We even, so funny side note, I talked about this, I think it was in either the last YouTube live or somewhere, but we were at Disney World and my son got a little Star Wars Porg and he didn't know what to name it. And so he said, pull out Chatty, let's ask Chatty what to call it. And so we were brainstorming what to call his Porg on ChatGPT. And then when I asked ChatGPT to draw a picture of what a day in my life looks like, I'm surrounded by books and Porgs. So it's kind of funny. I use it for everything. But there's AI assisted, which is you are editing it with Grammarly or ProWriting Aid or Dibbly Create. You're using Kip as an editor and it's editing, making suggestions. That's AI assisted, right? Or you've uploaded a section to ChatGPT and told it to rewrite it. That's AI assisted. Now, if you plug into Claude or ChatGPT or Kip with Dibbly Create and you go, okay, I'm going to write a book about, porgs and how they have great leadership qualities. And you need to tell me all about the evidence that porgs, write a chapter on the evidence that porgs demonstrated great leadership in Star Wars, right? I'm obviously making something crazy up, but that, and then it writes it. Okay. That's generated. That cover that I just did with the published drive, that's an AI generated cover, which could have copyright issues, right? Like that's the thing to be aware of with a cover. If you're generating it with AI, you could have copyright issues with those kind of covers versus the designed covers, with a professional who's using stock photos that they're allowed to use for those purposes, or they've paid for the licensing for those purposes, versus those AI generated images, which could have copyright issues. So that's the difference, is where did the original words come from? And then are you just using it to edit it? That's an assistance. Are you using it to generate it, like actually create that first version? That's the difference. Hopefully that helps. All right, this will probably be our last question. We might be able to do one more after this. If paperback is published already in KDP, then what will happen when we publish paperback via draft to digital? Will KDP override draft to digital? So typically what we would do in that case is just exclude Amazon from your distribution in draft to digital, because you can choose, where you want to publish using draft to digital. So we would exclude it. So we wouldn't publish it there. But it depends on what you're trying to accomplish with that. Okay, this is the last question. For a first-time nonfiction author, do you recommend KDP Select in 2025? I generally do not, but that's because I don't like going exclusive with Amazon. And I think Efren just joined, watching the replay, I guess. Yep. You got only if you want to watch the content, Efren. So KDP Select is the exclusive platform, I believe, with KDP. And so I'm not an advocate of going exclusive with KDP. So I don't generally recommend that you do that. However, it does give you access to some of their Kindle countdown timer, the ability to, enter some of their promotional tools, or use some of their promotional tools. So maybe you want to use it for 90 days and go exclusive. I think you can make a little bit more money going exclusive as well. So maybe you want to go that, but you won't be able to use your ebook to give away in any capacity. You can't distribute it through libraries. You can't distribute it on Apple Books or Kobo or anywhere else when you do that. So I think it's limiting to do that. And I don't like to give Amazon any more power than they already have, which is a lot. So I like to go wide, even though you will find that a big chunk of your sales are probably still going to come from Amazon. So trade-offs, you may want to go exclusive for 90 days and then go go wide after that. Whew. That was a lot. So I'm definitely looking forward to watching comments after the fact for what AI tools we didn't talk about that you think are going to be even stronger for 2025. And then, like I said, on Friday, I've got my full 2025 prediction video with all the things happening in publishing that I think are coming for 2025. So I do hope you check it out and comment and let me know what I've missed or what you see coming in 2025 that I didn't talk about. So thank you. Thank you so much for being here, for commenting, for participating. You've made 2024 a fabulous, fabulous year. And as always, Angela, thank you for being here to step in when I need you and support with the comments and, probably live at doing shipping this week. The post office is going to know you by first name if they don't already, but thank you to you as well. So thank you, everybody. Happy holidays. And I look forward to seeing you back here January 7th for our first live stream of 2025. All right, take care.